Hello, guys. You're welcome back again to the Today's Diary podcast. And as usual, I'm one of your hosts for today. My name is Brandon. And right here in the studio with me, you've got Zenia.
Humble self.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. And a very pretty lady as well. So we are here as promised and as usual, same time, same place to bring you the goodies. We always come back as promised. We keep up to our promises. Zena, what says you today?
It's been a busy week. Very, very busy week. Hectic,
Okay.
to say the least.
What have you been up to?
Life, work. UK is UKing.
UK is really UK. The buffers are buffing.
Yeah, but we keep pushing. We keep fighting. That's the most important. Never give up. Now we'll give up. Fuck up, isn't it?
Yes. So we'll definitely see the end of the battle. Okay, guys. We are back as promised once more. So what do you have for us, Zena?
Don't put me on the spot. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've learned anything this week. Oh my god! See, this thing is going to. I mean, I need to start keeping track of things I learn. Like actually being conscious if I've learned something, because we learn every day, and I cannot say it's been 7 days and I've not learned anything new. That
Okay,
would be
but just
untrue.
okay. Dive into Google and give me something. Dive into Google. 1 minute. Quick dive.
Okay, wait. I might not remember vividly, but see, I learned something, maybe not this week, but something that I learned some time ago, not long ago, that water might not be wet.
Okay.
What do you mean by okay?
I was just about to ask you, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, that water might not be wet. What is wetness? Yep. What is wetness? So wetness is the ability for liquid to absorb substance and make that substance wet. So if water is wet, what does it absorb? It cannot make itself wet, but it has the ability to make other substance wet. So that is true. Why are you looking at me like that? Yeah.
Okay.
Water is, wetness is liquid's ability
I get it.
to maintain.
This is one of those things.
Yeah,
This is one of those things.
exactly.
Okay. Let me just
What
jump
have
into
you
mine
learned anyway,
because
so-
she's just fucking up my brain right now. I can't even figure out what water cannot be wet. Is that it?
Yeah, water might not be wet.
Okay, guys, not to take into much of yours, but my own is that lobster's blood is not actually red. Lobsters they bleed, but their blood is not red.
So basically, not all blood
It's
is
red.
red.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And one of the example of occasions of not all blood is red, lobsters.
Ooh,
You know,
not all blood is red.
when you cut a fish, the blood comes out red. Because lobsters are insects of the sea.
Interesting. Okay, I mean that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually good to know.
For
Okay.
some reason, I've always just assumed, not assume. I mean, we all know blood is red, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's a good one.
you've learned something.
Yeah, I have.
Let's
indeed.
dive into the cake of the day.
So one of our episodes, we did mention UK Army recruitment.
Yes, we
So we
did.
just want to give a bit more information on that. So today is another educative episode, opportunity sharing episode, travel sharing episode. And though the whole application process had passed sometime, I think in August or July. No, I think either July or August. But today we just want to give a bit more information because they have actually started calling people. So when they launched it, quite a lot of people applied until the website really did crash for most of the 5 days that it was launched. So a lot of people were applying because this time they were recruiting abroad, so Commonwealth wealth
What are we
countries.
talking about exactly?
UK Army
Oh,
recruitment.
okay. You just maybe somewhere in there. I didn't hear you say it.
Oh, I said it, except
You just say you're launching opportunities and you dived into the opportunity.
I said some time ago we mentioned UK Army recruitment.
Just right on then.
Yeah.
My sincere apologies, Your Highness.
Okay. So they've actually started calling people for the first stage of the screening. So we thought maybe this is time for us to shed more light on it. Initially, the the main assessment was supposed to start in October,
Okay.
but that hasn't. My guess is they haven't managed to go through all the applicants
Yes, most
because
definitely.
it was a lot of.
They will definitely still be in the system. So
Don't give up. What we are trying to say is, if they go through your application, they'll either send you a congratulatory message that you've been selected, or they'll send you a message or email rather that your application has been rejected, or the position you applied for is no you're not qualified or whatever. But you would know if they haven't replied you yet. Know that they haven't gotten to you. So don't give up yet. They are definitely still going.
It is not over until it's over.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we've gotten some, I will not say disturbing information, that some people are charging international applicants.
Yes.
Just like when they launched COS,
COS,
people were charging ridiculous amounts of money to people. They've started doing the same because people are desperate to travel abroad. It's a good opportunity. So people are desperate to get into the British Army, and they will do, I don't want to say anything, but they will do a lot for that opportunity.
Yeah.
And people are taking advantage of that. So
it's really terrible that people will go to that extent just to do that,
to exploit people back home.
People that are struggling, people that are trying their best to see that they get opportunities out there. People actually do sell their houses just to do these things.
Of course, people
mortgage their family land and all that.
Yeah,
conscience.
Yeah,
you're wicked.
And the worst is they've not even been selected. That you say, okay, to be selected is one thing, like the first phase, but you have very rigorous exercise, tests, medical examination that you have to pass through, background checks, referencing, that all have to be successful for you to be given that contract of employment. So if you're not there yet and someone is already charging you to be your sponsor and so on, I just feel like that's not fair, especially because it is free. You get it? It is free. They are not charging someone for being your sponsor. All they need is you need to show that sponsor. All is just to prove that you have someone in the army who is giving you this information. If you're abroad, for instance, if you're coming from Cameroon,
Ghana,
any other
Sudan,
African, like
South Africa,
Commonwealth country, basically. If you're coming from any of those countries, you just need to prove that you have someone in the UK who can receive you, who can lodge you while you're here for your
just
examination.
Like a mentor.
Yeah, because during your second phase of the screening, you need to be in the UK. So if you're successfully selected, they'll send you that email. There is first phase of that screening, pre-selection, which is just basically asking you a few questions. For instance, why do you want to be in the British Army? Those kind of questions. And if you're successful in that stage, then you get invited for the main selection phase, which includes so many exercise.
The way you talk is like you have a list.
Well, I did my research. I know a bit more about this. I mean, if I want to give people information, I need to make sure it's right? And again, it's all on the website. Mm-hmm. It's all this information is on the website, like what to expect at each stage is all on the website. So if you go there and read, you'll still see everything.
And this is what we do in today's diary.
So
bring you first class information.
Anyways, with that being said, someone in Cameroon was selected or has been selected already, and they were successful with their pre-selection,
Okay.
and they were issued an invitation to come for their assessment in the UK, and they applied for their visa. Unfortunately, the UK Home Office turned them down.
Because
Listen and learn. Here is what your sponsors, or you need to tell your sponsors. Apparently, the reason for rejection was that they tried to contact their sponsor on multiple occasions and they were unable to reach them.
yeah,
And they were denied visa
on that
ground with no opportunity to appeal, which is very, very bad. Because then their sponsor said, unfortunately, they did not see any call. This call will come on a private number. So if you are unable to pick it, you cannot call back and you might not even know who has called. Again, this is very strange because normally if the Home Office calls you, you don't pick the, most likely send you an email.
Yeah.
Or at least, to
But
say.
you don't know. It might not be directly the Home Office that reached out. It might still be the selection process of the military.
No, this was the visa.
Okay.
This is the visa that was rejected. So it has nothing. So the military has
But
issued an invitation.
They had already gone through the whole process until they are with the Home Office.
Yeah, you need to go to the Home Office. The main process happens here. So once they go through your application and you're selected, you need to be here for the assessment.
Okay.
The medical assessment and physical assessment, mental assessment, and everything needs to happen here in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as you're selected, they'll give you an invitation letter to come to the UK. If you're already in the UK, that letter just means you travel from wherever you are in terms of the city and go to wherever that assessment is happening.
Okay.
And it takes care of that course.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, it's free of charge.
Yeah.
So don't let someone pass through you.
Yeah. I mean, I get the need. If they are charging you money that, okay, this is money for accommodation, that's something else. Because when you come to the UK, you need to live with them. Yet. So if they are charging you that it's money for accommodation, that's something else. But if they are charging you and not telling you why they are charging you, or they are charging you because...
But the military has not told anyone that you need to house your sponsors.
Well, but if you're coming from Cameroon, you don't know, you don't have anywhere to live in the UK.
It's not obligatory that your sponsor has to keep you. So they don't need to charge you before you even arrive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they are charging you and telling you that this is for your accommodation, if you come here, that's something else. You get. But if they are charging you on the basis that is to be your sponsor, or this money is so that I can make something happen for you in the military, that's all lies. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, all I can say is, if you have not been rejected, just keep practicing your running, building your resistance, because when it happens, it's like you will not have any time to do all this. You will not have time to start practicing until they say no. Keep hoping.
And one tip I think I would like to share is that the least medical condition you do have kicks you out.
Yeah.
That's something you should be aware of.
Yeah.
The least medical condition you do have, the army, the military, they don't play. The least medical condition you do have, knee injury, this one, that one, broken toe, left eye is not looking, you're out.
And I also think if you perform exceptionally well in the physical and mental exercises, and like you said, you fail the medical examination, you're disqualified.
Yes.
And if you pass the medical examination and you do not meet the threshold
for the physical, training,
you're also eliminated, right? And then another thing they do is, once you're successful, like medical, physical, there's also like a team exercise, just to see how you can work better with teammates and your colleagues and whatever.
Yeah.
That's also part of the examination. So once you are successful in all those areas, they then issue you a certificate to say, oh, you're successful and so on. But it doesn't end there.
Okay.
But that is like 90% gone, because the last will be background check, a DBS, which is
Okay.
done. And if you're from Cameroon, that's what is called what's it called? Cameroon background.
Certificate of it's even no
Yeah,
certificate
certificate of
non-conviction.
non-conviction.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, certificate of non-conviction. So that you need to do, and all your references. Now, I'm not sure where they get these references from. Is it from your employers, if you say you're working, or character reference from people who know you? I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure where these references come from, but those are the things. So once your DBS or non-conviction is successful, your references, then they then issue you the contract to sign,
Okay.
and bam, it's start date. So
Okay. Okay, guys, you've heard all we've said. Just keep yourself informed. Keep reminding yourself. Please stay in the loop. We'll be coming back again once we get any update on this particular topic or the particular military recruitment. They will run so fast, more than Philippine, to get it to you.
yeah,
If you know who Philippine is, we'll run faster than Philippine to get you this information.
I don't know what
You know,
Philippine is, but
yeah.
yeah. On that note, I think one thing I would like you all to remember or to do is to notch your sponsors.
Remind them.
Yeah, just tell them, oh, please keep an eye for any call,
Keep
any
checking on
private
them.
number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Because I know people are very
Regularly.
skeptical to pick calls from private numbers.
Yes.
So someone might actually see it and be like, oh, who's calling me on a private number? They don't pick. That might just be the home office.
Keep reminding them.
Especially if you have been selected. Because obviously they will not call them if you've not been selected.
Okay.
So especially if you have been selected, if you receive that confirmation email that you have been selected, just tell your sponsors to just keep an eye on any call from a private number.
Okay.
Because your visas will depend on that. I did not know they will actually deny someone a visa despite the invitation from the British Army on the basis that they are sponsors. So their sponsor did not pick up the call, so they could not determine or they could not confirm that they'll have somewhere to live if they come to the UK.
Okay.
So that is
okay, guys. It's really amazing for you guys to be here with us once more. Please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. And once more in the studio, you've got myself, Brandon, Zina, and Ayo at the background. So until next time, we're with you. Bye.